So we have a issue in our application now. I'll show you what the issue is. So I'm gonna log in here with my username. So this is good. Now I'm gonna go on Firefox. Here I'm gonna log in as John. You get my username, that is good because I'm already connected over here. But if I go to Aditya's chat window, you can see John has also joined as well. See, if I refresh now and go to John's chat window, watch what happens. Now, we don't want this. Here, my username is showing 2 times. So what happened here exactly? When I refreshed here, I am disconnecting and rejoining the server. So 2 events are called at that stage. My connection disconnecting, and then after reloading it, I'm reconnecting to the server. So 2 connections, connect and disconnect events are called. That's why 2 users my user is registered again, and this is why we are getting multiple users at a time. We are getting multiple renders here. So how do we fix this? So I'm going to show you the 2 events that are called. I'm going to go inside my main.jsx. So 2 socket events are emitted. Socket.on connect, and this is going to point in an arrow function. I'm going to console.info inside this and say connected. And the second event, which is called, is socket.disconnect on disconnect, and this is going to say disconnected. So let's check on this page now. I'm going to inspect this and you'll see what I was talking about. When I refresh this, you're going to see connected. When I refresh this, it says disconnected and then reconnected. And see, we're getting the same issue on my side as well, on Aditya's chat window as well. This has a very simple fix. So inside our chat.jsx, we are using this event user connected. Here we are having a constant about this user ID and user status. We are not currently using this, so I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put a condition over here. I'm going to say if user.user ID is not equals user ID, then don't render that, only put a new user. That means this is not my connection. If I refresh this, this is also going to push out my name. If this is not me, if this user which is connecting is not me, then it's a new user connecting. Here I also want to check if the user coming in is disconnecting and reconnecting, if it's already existing inside our users array. So I'm going to say constant user exists equals users dot find index, and this is going to have an arrow function here, say user dot user ID not equals user ID. So if this user, which is going to be if user exists, actually this is going to return an index, correct? So I'm going to remove this function on top. I'm going to say constant something like find user equals and it's gonna be a function, correct? I'm gonna post this inside. I want to come send in the user ID, which I'm going to compare, which I'm going to find, excuse me, and I'm going to return user exists, not user exist, user index, um, user index is greater than or equal to 0, because this is an array. The user might be at a position 0, so that's why 0, and this is going to return true or false because this is a condition. And let's put this, if user exists, say constant user exists equals find user, and I'm going to put in user ID inside here. We don't have a new message inside, so that's good. We will remove this for now, and here if user exists, if user doesn't exist, excuse me, then I want to put inside our user. Then I'll put this user inside our users array. So I'm going to say new user equals, this is going to have a user ID and username. Put this inside, and pass this. Also, I need to write connected true, because obviously this is connected, which means this property has to be true. So what else is it? This is find user and user dot user ID, include them in dependencies. Okay, I need to include find user down here, just up there, and has missing dependency user dot user ID. Yeah, we need to include this inside here also. So it's saying I need to make this a callback function. I need to use a hook called use callback. So let's do that. It's kind of annoying. Let's put here, then move this inside, delete this. I need to put dependencies as we are using use callback, and parameter inside we are using users inside over here. So let's put users, and we need to import use callback on the top. That should do it. Let's check both our users now. I'm going to delete my session ID from the local storage. We're going to delete it from both our browsers. You can see that we are disconnected, and if I say Aditya, see, we are connected now. If I go on Firefox, here I say John, we get Aditya. We were disconnected, now we're connected. Now if I open Microsoft Edge, and if I log in from the third browser, say Cindy, see Cindy, we're getting good. This is good. Cindy, good. Now if I refresh this, this is good. We're not getting any more duplications over here. If I see on Cindy's, yep, we're not getting duplications here. If I refresh this, yep, no duplications. Over to Aditya, no duplications. So yeah, this is solved. As you can see, this is working as well. Splendid.